Hello Virgo, and welcome to your Astrology for Growth reading for this month. I am a clairaudient channel and an intuitive reader. I do these Astrology for Growth readings once a month to give you an idea of the themes you're working on, the energies that are helping you grow, and the meaning of your challenges at this time. So thank you so much for supporting this channel. There is a lot more information for you in the description below. Links to the extended readings, links to the website, and other things that I'm offering. So feel free to peruse those at your leisure. Is there anything else I need to tell you? A word about time. Even though this is for December, this is for this month, these readings have been a little bit funny. Sometimes they're actually a month out. They're a month early. So I do invite you to check back in as the month progresses to see if anything hits you a little differently. Okay, so let's get started. Theme cards. Looks like we're drawing 4 for you. 6 of Wands, 10 of Swords, 7 of Wands, 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands. Interesting. And then the Star. Star is card number 8, right? We've got an interesting progression here. We've got 6 plus a 10. 10 condenses to 1 in numerology, so bear with me with my math here. So this is essentially 6 plus 1, which is a 7. If you don't like that, 6 plus 10 is 16, which condenses 1 plus 6 to a 7. 7 of Wands, and then we have an 8. So we're going 6, 7, 8 here. But in order to get to that progression, there is an ending that has to happen. All right, this is a question. Questions that you're asking yourself this month, Virgo, are about leadership and what good leadership really means. Within good leadership, there is collaboration and collaboration of equals. In this card, it is not a collaboration of equals, really. It's a master with servants, right? But 6 of Wands, I believe this energy is asking you, how do you see leaders? How do you see leadership? And how are you working to collaborate with leaders, with a person in power? Because that's the subject of our ending. And I think it's really interesting because, you know, the 6 of Wands came out in this deck, which is clearly Overlord and underlings, right? But the 7 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, 10 of Swords is saying this has got to change. The way you're looking at leadership has got to change. So, you know, we'll see how this evolves, but I can tell you right now that the way that you're looking at leaders and the way that you're looking at leadership is not serving you at this time. Okay, leader is someone who's out in front, who has a lot of responsibilities, who should be showing us the way forward, right? And if the company, I'm thinking corporate, of course, a company is only going to perform as well as its leader and the ability that that leader has to inspire kind of the weakest link, all right? So good leadership is really necessary. So this is about rethinking what leadership means, because for some reason, you're being held from your highest position. You're being kept from the, I'm going to say, the best or the healthiest position that you could offer. And I love that the reading ends in the Star, because the Star is about coming home to yourself and realizing that maybe you need to speak up differently, or maybe you need to be different. And the 7 of Swords is always having to fight your way to your position, always feeling like you have to defend yourself. And the Star doesn't have to do any of that. She's completely naked, right? She's completely defenseless and vulnerable, but she's whole in that way of being. And that's what I feel your soul is saying, that we're looking to be in this place where we don't have to worry, where we can be at peace, where we can be blended with those around us, with the environment around us, where we feel that our aspirations are truly supported. Okay, so that's really interesting energy going for you at this time, Virgo. Let's look at, I'm going to look at another spread. Sometimes these two spreads kind of come together and other times they have different messages, so we'll just have to see what it is for you. Okay, so Knight of Air. Who also started with the Knight of Air? I think that was Capricorn. Judgment. Eight of Air. And Council of Monarchs. Okay. All right, so you know, Virgo, you're starting off with the intention or the motivation to seek the truth and to get to the bottom of how you truly, what you truly think. This is a bit of an amassing the facts, but it's starting to gather an opinion. And I think it's really interesting that we're talking about leadership, because knights are on the evolutionary scale on their way to becoming leaders. They need to go through the page, or I'm sorry, they need to go through the Queen and the King, or in this deck, it's the Queen and the Elder, but they're at that place of initiation. So she's starting to gather information and understand really what this all means. Okay, it's just picking up the facts, but again, starting to gather an opinion. So I think this is good. The energy around you is Judgment. So this is very aligned with the Ten of Swords. The past has to end. We have to rise above it and continue a new way forward. The Judgment card is really saying you can't go back to the way things were. You can't go back to the past because it's no longer part of you anymore. It's no longer part of your growth. It's no longer serving you. So there's energy around you that's really supporting this new reframing, this movement forward. Now, Eight of Air is the obstacle you're doing for yourself. Well, I can't get out. I'm stuck. I'm forced to be here, or there's no way out. I'm powerless to get myself out. And the more you pay attention to those thoughts, the more true they become. But the reality is that you're not stuck. It is within your power to come out. It is a mistake to believe that you are stuck, because that's what makes reality happen then. You see, if you think you're stuck, then you will be stuck, because you won't be motivated to take action. The universe won't send you new opportunities, and it'll seem like, yeah, you are stuck. This is why we stay in jobs we don't like, why we stay in relationships that don't spark our hearts anymore, why we just overstay, because we feel powerless to leave. But Virgo, this is about realizing that that's mental trap. It's not true. Because then your advice, the wisdom from the cards, the Council of Monarchs, look at the facts. Are you truly powerless? Do you have no sway over this situation? Do you have no sway over your situation? So I like where this progression is taking you this month, Virgo, because you're starting to question, you're starting to build your own opinion, and then ultimately you end up questing after what is the truth, what are the objective facts here, what would stand up in a court of law, you know, that kind of rigorous logic. You get to that place after going through the investigation, the subjective coming up with your own opinion, and then it's met back with logic. So there's actually a really nice flow happening there. And I want to re-emphasize that you come home to yourself. That's the ultimate goal of all of this. I'm just looking here, we had another 8, double 8. So 6, 7, 8, 8. So that's interesting. Okay. And I believe that is a personal message to me, so I'll just kind of file that one. Virgo, I'm going to keep drawing cards for you. So if you're curious to follow me over there, feel free. The link is in the description below. Just click on the description and the first link that comes up, which is Rent the Extended. So I will see you soon. And if not, I'll see you on another reading.